Once again, welcome to Sip, Paint and Vent with Zoe. Today, I am hosting, oh my word, I'm a legends, right? I'm talking about activists in this industry. I know throughout the season where we've been talking about the challenges of the entertainment industry, kodwa namhlanje ngithi yazini angibize ongqongqoshe bakhona abantu abanazo impendulo ngempela. We've got advocate. I'm gonna confirm.
No, not advocate,
Okay.
not
Okay.
advocate. But I received
Eugene-
by faith.
Eugene Mthethwa, as well as Tebogo Sithathu. Poo, 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 poo. Hello. Hello, gents. How you doing?
All right, how are you?
I'm good. Also, you're not an advocate
No.
academic.
I prefer to be referred to as a cultural activist because that's what
yeah.
I've been doing for the rest of my life, passionately so.
All right.
Going to school to study law was just to enhance the career
I
that I have, not to practice, and I didn't complete.
Oh,
Because
you didn't.
yes, you have to do articles, you have to do all these
Oh,
things.
yes.
So I didn't go to school in order to secure a job.
Yeah.
I went to school to enhance the
Yeah.
knowledge because the music industry, the backbone of the music industry
Yeah.
is intellectual property,
Of course.
the rights.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, without knowledge of the rights, you know what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
He'll
no,
tell you what
He'll
happens.
tell me. Okay. Tebogo, but tell me what happens without the knowledge.
Conscious, we are on air. Yes, unomzalwane ukuthi ukhuluma French sivele siphunyuka is French.
Siyaphunyuka.
Yeah,
Maybe you need to have a sip. I have a sip.
You must say something hits the fan.
Yeah, so no, yeah. If without knowledge, I get better.
Yeah, bad.
Get better. Knowledge is power, but knowledge is power when utilized.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you can have knowledge,
Yes.
and if you don't use it, it's powerless.
It's useless.
It's useless. And I think that's where people miss it. Knowing something is not enough.
Yeah.
Knowing something and doing something about it, so putting an act or action on to it, then that is powerful. So yes, the creative industry is one such sector that really it's got amazing talent.
Yes.
But what happens is that creatives, it's natural. Eh?
Yeah,
It's natural.
yeah.
And by the way, we didn't choose to be activists.
Yeah.
Numbers, I think
It chose you.
It chose us, and I think he will profess to that. We are artists.
Yeah.
And then, but when you come into the industry and you find that your artistry is not being taken care of, it's being exploited without your benefit.
Yes,
Then you have to ask questions.
Right.
And that's what actually pulled us into the activism.
Yeah.
But be that as may, I believe everyone should be an activist.
An activist.
Because of what is activism? It's about standing up against injustice, any kind of an injustice.
Yeah.
So that's what we have done. We are hated to this day by some, but I'm sure we are loved by many.
Of course, definitely.
But most importantly, we are loved by God, because of God
That's what
wants
matters.
to do something for His people. He doesn't want to come here, udli papa, and then you go fat, and then that's it.
Hey, let me give you the creative explanation of what he
Of
just
what
said.
you just said, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, if you don't know anything about the rights, your rights in this industry,
Yeah.
you're like somebody with a toolbox not knowing which tool to use.
Oh, yes.
So you are just like somebody who doesn't have a toolbox, yet you've got a toolbox, but you don't know how to use, which tool to use.
You
Okay.
use a hammer instead of...
Yes, you're like somebody who has been left so much wealth, but doesn't know that there's a will that gives him that wealth. So you'll die poor, yet you are rich. You'll go and be a scavenger and pick food from dustbins.
Yeah.
Yet your father left you so much wealth, but you don't know anything
You
about
don't
it
know
because you don't know that there's a will
Yeah.
that gives you the right.
That is so true.
And that is
Beautiful
very-
analogy.
That is a powerful analogy, and I want to bring it home.
Yeah,
to-
yeah.
to-
I love this.
bring it home to the true form of what God has given us, the heritage.
Oh, yes, yes.
The goodly heritage.
Yeah.
If you don't know to nelifa, the inheritance, you're going to live like a what? Like a beggar, like a slave, like
a vagrant.
Yeah. So, but and that is the difference. A lot of creatives, when they come into the industry, and we also experience such.
Yeah.
You think you're being done a favor.
That is so true.
You don't understand that you are bringing something to the table.
Yeah.
The investor, the company,
Yeah.
let's say for instance in music or in acting or whatever, creative work, when you're given a contract, you are bringing on board that your God-given talent
Yeah.
that is worth so much.
Yeah.
And then the next guy brings what? The investment.
Uh-huh.
And then, but more often than not,
Yeah.
the attitude is that, hey, this person is doing me a favor. Just assign it's just then you forget your worth. And once you don't know what you're worth, then unfortunately you're going to be exploited like nobody's business. I mean, how many artists have died paupers? How many artists are still dying paupers?
They still
I mean,
dying
how can we be still talking about a Nomcebo whose royalties are not being paid to this day?
2025.
2025, 21st century.
You know, this is so sad, guys. But you know what? In a defense of somebody out there who says assigned, I know people, they can be judged to a when I fundang a contract. You know, there's so much hunger out there. A person is getting the first deal that he or she comes across. Go to come to Twins Records, for instance, and then Tebogo says, "Hey Zoe, you here's intazinga contract, and you explain whatsoever. All I'm thinking, mina, ukuthi, I wanna eat. I'm gonna buy food. It's been a while. You get what I'm saying? So would you support me on that? Ukuthi, actually, hunger is driving people to desperation. You know, they become desperate.
This
Absolutely.
is always my advice to people. You never go into negotiations with a hungry stomach.
But uzoyithathaphi imali bra Eugene?
Noma ngabe stomach sakho se hungry. You don't go there and show them that your stomach or be driven
Oh yes.
by hunger to then accept anything. Half
then
of loaf
comes
is
up
better than nothing.
Nothing, ne?
That's what has happened. But let's go back now to what informs this system.
Yeah.
What I call the political economy of the industry, which is what has led us to go now politically
Yeah.
and be involved in politics. Because this industry is shaped by politics of the past.
Yeah.
You have, for instance, you have the colonialist laws and rules, ideologies that were saying
Yeah.
you must introduce, first and foremost, land tenure. People must pay tax to stay in the land that they own.
Sure, yeah.
And when you introduce that tax, you are now saying, because Africans, their economy is based on animals and farming. In exchange of the land tax, they can't pay with cows. They must pay with money. So you are driving them out of their land to go into the industrialized.
Oh yes.
That you control.
Yeah. That you control, that you force them now to go and work in order to earn money as opposed to paying with cows. Because your land tenure is based on monetary value.
Yeah, yeah.
You're dismantling the unity, the family unity, the communal setup.
Yeah.
You are driving all men out of their homes. You're leaving women to be the heads of the homesteads.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Get you.
It's a divisive way of saying, get out. We want to get in, but we must get the soldiers out so that they go and work and be able to pay. Further than that, which then drove people to go in search of industrialized, what is it? Jim come to Joburg.
Yes.
Oh,
The Jim come to Joburg
Yes.
in search of the mines, in search of jobs. What is happening in our sector? People leave their provinces, come to Joburg where the industry is. It's still the Jim come to Joburg.
Yes.
Post 1994, 30 years down the line, you still have the same setup
Yeah.
where Jim come to Joburg.
Yeah.
Okay, living their comfort, where they are comfortable, coming to Joburg to become street kids, to become prostitutes at night and looking for, looking for
Greener
opportunities during the day. Men are even taking it it's even double for men because they can't go and sell their bodies. They sleep in clubs because they don't have a place to stay.
Yeah.
Women, they prostitute in order to get a place to stay whilst they are in search of their dream. Okay?
Yeah.
The sad reality, 30 years down the line, we still maintain that. When we said there must not be migration anymore post-1994. So what has been missing in our sector, that has not seen any transformation happening, that has not seen any BEE happening, that has not seen any affirmative action happening,
yeah.
that has not seen any women empowerment happening. Women today, they still have to open their legs in order to access these opportunities. They can't even tell their stories with pride. Post 1994, what have we done as
You
black
know,
government?
You know the book Animal Farm.
Yeah.
George
Some animals
Yep.
are more equal than others.
Exactly.
Squela.
Both Squilla, no, both Snow White.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
when they say 4 legs good, 2 legs bad.
Yeah.
This is when I think, this is how I think of what is happening. Yes, we are talking about the art industry and the misfortunes that are happening and stuff, It feels like when they get an opportunity to go out there and represent, sondezwe eduze kuthiwe ne man wena shut up sizokunikeza isikhundla type of thing, idla kanye nathi. Because that's how most of people feel. When I asked you, Uguti, are you the advocate now? And then I was hoping, Uguti, you would definitely say, I am an advocate. And the reason, but I know, Uguti, you're still going to be one. Please do become an advocate academically
even
as well.
Even that, an advocate is somebody who advocates for justice.
I know.
Yes.
But I want him to be an advocate on paper.
All right.
You know why?
You know,
we want to drag him.
No.
It wasn't represented.
No, I want to
know?
correct even that notion because we are here. One of the things that I did even when I was at school at Wits, it was to nullify the Western standards and Western notion of what intelligence is, Western,
I get you.
Yes.
Because people think that that's why maybe we are so hated because we are so informed.
Yeah.
When you are informed, you become an enemy instead of becoming the person that they can rely on, that they can utilize. They see value in you. No, they see somebody who's nonsensical, who must be hated. I'm hated. I'm on the newspapers for wrong reasons. When I am helping, if I can show you. You know what people do when they've been treated well by a company, they write reviews.
Yeah.
If I were to ask this country to write reviews about me, I'm telling you the goodness that I've done far outweighs the bad things that I've done.
Yeah.
But I have learned it the hard way that when you do good, people don't appreciate and acknowledge. But when you do one thing bad, they erase everything
Oh,
about you.
yes.
But be that as it may, I want to say, I don't want to create a notion that you must therefore go to school in order to be smart. These things have been hidden from us. We need to find ways out of the box to do things. Our system needs to be influenced by our own culture, by our own understanding of life, how we live. I come from Soweto. I'm a township boy.
Yes, yes.
I'm a street. I'm smart,
I know.
streetwise.
Yes, yes.
Okay, and no one can touch me when it comes to that.
Yeah.
Okay, but we are prevented from exercising the knowledge, of applying the knowledge that we've learned. We are genius. As black people, we are genius. You will never find a family, a black family, sitting in front of the TV reading the manual how to operate a TV. Three people,
Yeah.
connect, they will find ways.
Yeah.
But if a white family will be sitting and arguing, no, daddy, that's not how it is supposed to be done. You know, that's what we have. We've been given by God.
Yeah.
Now, artists by nature, they are the base of knowledge.
Yeah.
We were given this knowledge. You remember, biblically, it says Lucifer was one genius angel.
Yeah.
That was the master in terms of worship.
Yes.
He had every type of instrument in it.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
But because of pride, he was dethroned. We are characterized by that. We have so much pride in this sector. So much pride that we don't even want to learn from others. We want to be the ones who are always in the spotlight. We follow the light. Yeah. Pride dethroned Lucifer. We are dethroned because of our pride. Right. God gave us the gift. He says, I've known you before the foundations of this earth.
Oh, yes.
And I have set you apart for a purpose.
Oh, yeah.
He tells Jeremiah that when he was sending Jeremiah saying, no, but I'm not qualified. God appoints you and qualifies you after. But people want to qualify you before they appoint you.
Yeah.
So that's the problem that we have. We are hated because we've got this special gift. Look at a drummer. Tell me, a drummer has got a mind that can be divided into 5-7 times.
Yeah.
His left foot would be doing something else, right foot doing something else, left hand doing something else. Who on earth can be able to divide his mind and do 7 things at the same time?
All at the same time.
That's what points out to the genius in us.
Yeah.
And this is what the devil is fighting.
As I feel your presence now, strength and joy are found. As I feel your peace right now, this is how I know.
I want to go back to what
This is Eugene Mthethwa.
Amen.
You're
Hallelujah.
preaching. Hallelujah.
There's a point he made about this, and I think I know he was referring to the system. You know, when the industrialization came about, people had to leave their comfort of their home.
yes.
Their families divided.
Yeah.
You know, and I think as I say is this. I remember the late, may his soul rest in peace, Comrade Didi Mabuza. You know, freedom fighters have done so much, but I think they could have gone further to ensure that you know, our system is not disrupted by those who want to control us, by colonialists. You know, what is money? I mean, what is money? Money is nothing. Money is your mindset. So money was made as a tool to control. Because of poverty is in the mind.
Yeah.
You will think that you're poor and you will be conscious of that poverty and you'll be that which you are conscious of. But if you believe that you have something, something important, you are not poor. Your wealth should not be defined by how much you have in a bank account. Who created a bank account? So I think, you know, and this is a call, whilst we are talking about the creative industry, but this is a call to leaders to ensure that, we dig deep in our thinking. What is actually has put us where we are today?
Yeah.
It's the way we do things, is the way we continue to do things. Whilst we must celebrate freedom fighters who have given so much, and people are very quick to forget. We are very critical of them, and for the right reasons, because of most of them are corrupt now. And some who have entered politics have not entered politics for the right reasons. They came just for their stomachs and for their families. So, but what we ought to be now thinking about is, how do we move this country forward? But we must change the education system. You cannot change a country. You find an apartheid system, education system, and you continue on the same trajectory, and yet you're spending so much on education. You cannot. You have to disrupt the system. Because it's a system that we are fighting. We'll be disrupting a system of Samro very soon.
Okay.
Let me chip in on the system, because this is what I was trying to drive, the message I was trying to drive.
Yeah.
That people have been saying that as artists, we're not supposed to be into politics. But what they don't understand is that you cannot, as a doctor, you have to diagnose and know the characteristics of what you'll be dealing with.
Yeah.
Okay. What has been missing to take us into our Canaan as a sector? It is the political dialogue. You can't influence the policies, the regulations when you're outside.
True.
You must be inside to be able to say, our sector. If you're talking BEE, and say, our sector. If you're talking, for instance, now look at how the sports is structured. You have sports that is structured in terms of sporting codes.
Yeah.
Okay. Not your NGOs, many NGOs coming with clubs and mini clubs and what? Sporting codes. And under SASCOC. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, when you look at arts and culture,
yes,
how are we structured? It's NGOs. It's individuals wanting to do this project. Duplication of projects, funding. Everybody wants to get funding for the same thing. Events.
Yeah.
Nobody's thinking, how do we structure this? First and foremost, our industry is informal. Okay.
Very informal.
Permanent casual workers. We are not even defined as workers.
Yeah.
Okay. Who is supposed to deal with those issues if we are not there in parliament, if we are not in the political parties in order to influence the regulations and policies?
Yeah.
We don't have any body, a governing body, that is accountable to parliament. Fully accountable to parliament, like SASCOC is accountable to parliament. By an act of parliament, we must now have an organization. We've tried all these piecemeal solutions. Your SIFSA, SAMIC, your downtown what, Mushito, this. That is why today you see all of them. They are in the public space, in media, for wrong reasons. Money is gone, but nothing tangible to show. Artists are still dying poor. It was Mahlatin that highlighted the plight, the death of Mahlatin. Still, we are still talking artists still dying poor because no one is responding to that question. It requires a political answer. Let me give it to you further.
Yes, please.
I'll interview you now.
Okay. I'm ready. Let me
and,
see.
and Tebogo can respond. Even the cameraman can respond to these questions I'm going to ask. In your own knowledge, have you ever heard of a white artist dying poor in South Africa?
Never.
Have you ever heard of a white artist involved in illicit and immoral activities?
No.
Have you ever heard of a white artist who's HIV positive?
No.
Have you ever heard of a white artist who's in drugs and he discloses he goes to rehab and then come back to motivate young people as a hero, as a role model?
Not that I know of.
Okay. During Summer and Metro Awards, Where do these white artists that we see during summer and Metro Awards hide before and after? Where do they hibernate to? Because we see them only during summer and
Yeah.
they disappear after the summers.
Mm-hmm.
And you've never heard of them any dying poor.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's a new political struggle that we have now, that nature is now fighting against us. Only black artists and actors are dying. They don't die. They are immune to all these ills.
Or even protesting.
Yeah.
against-
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
here's the economics that I need you to explain to me. During the Summer Awards and Metro Awards,
Yeah.
what would you say is the biggest and most important award that any artist can scoop?
The artist of the year?
Song of the year? Artist of the year? No.
No?
The best-selling album of the year.
Oh, yeah.
That's the real award.
Oh, okay.
Because it says you are making money. Explain to me the economics behind this. You have, in the summers and metros, for many years,
Yes.
the music that takes the best-selling album of the year it's from Boere music. Afrikaners are a minority in South Africa. They have very few radio stations and TV stations or channels that play their music.
Yeah.
Black popular music
Yeah.
or popular black
Yeah.
popular
black
music, I'm
popular
right,
music, yeah.
has got all the major radio stations that boast of millions, Abokozi FM, Metro FM and what.
Mutsweding is.
But we are outsold by the music that is bought by minority. How come?
But who do we blame in this case?
Who looks after white artists? Where do they stay?
Ah.
Why don't we see them even when we when we sit in conferences and trying to find answers to our challenges? Don't they have challenges?
No, but they know that you're going to sort out those challenges.
No,
You're going to go to the streets and doi.
No, I wouldn't
And
go
then you're
into.
gonna-
I wouldn't go to the streets when I know that I'm looked after.
Yeah.
An artist bought Chico's house in Basonia,
Oh, okay.
a white artist. Where did she get the money from? Bought it, cash. Yes. They are looked after. Their own are looking after their own. We hate our own. We fight against each other. We drag each other down. But Afrikaners are white, and white people are looking after their
They
own.
support each
In
other.
a family of 5,
Yeah.
they will buy 5 albums and go to the pub where the artist will be performing to get autograph. Everybody in the
Yes.
family would be wanting an
Thank-
autograph
There you go.
album.
Yeah.
The record companies are looking after them.
Yeah.
We get indebted to record companies before even one
start
album
selling.
is sold. It is taken as an advance. I think the system is different when it comes to them. And these are the things that we need to deal with, the realities that we face. That is why you don't see them when we are talking conferences, workshops.
Yeah.
You don't see them.
Because
But-
they're not experiencing the same thing.
Yeah, you'll see them when we talk tenders, what projects, funding, and it's mostly that picture that I challenged even at VETS. A picture, whenever we talk of poverty, they will show a black woman with a girl child with a fly on her cheek, and with a fly on her cheek. That's poverty. That's the face of poverty. When it talks help,
Yeah.
it's a white woman with the open hands saying, "Come,
Yeah.
I'm here to help you."
It goes back. It's a system.
It's a
Everything
system.
is systematic.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we have accepted systems that really denigrate us. We've accepted everything else. We've become administrators of monopoly capital. I mean,
yeah.
we have political power
Yeah.
that we have not utilized to change this system fundamentally. What we have just done was to be the new administrators of the wealth of white people. And you can't blame them. And let's not, when the moment you start raising the issue of race, then people saying you are being racist. In fact, if you call out a white person for being racist, I don't believe an African or a black person can be racist. It's impossible. You can't be racist. We can't be racist.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what racism is?
Yeah.
Racism is that inherent belief that you are superior than another person from a different race. Africans don't have that. If anything, Africans are very beautiful
submissive
beings,
humble.
Humble. They afford a smile living in a shack.
They even say sorry before they say anything.
You understand?
You don't know why they are sorry.
Yes. So we've become administrators of monopoly capital, but I don't blame white people for that. I blame ourselves.
Yeah.
We need to introspect.
Yeah.
So everything that is happening in the creative sector, in the country, in every sector,
Yeah.
we must combo mono. We must be combing ourselves.
Exactly.
We are failing ourselves, and we need to catch a wake up before it's too late.
I truly agree with you. I'm looking at it in not only in the artistic or art industry. You go to the townships, ne? You look at just example. We're not really going to be talking about a tuck shop, but I'm making an example.
No, we must talk about that.
We're talking about art industry. We're going to talk about tuck shops soon. But you remember when our people were occupying a tuck shop and all that before my friend, they came.
And they're not our friends.
They're not our friends. Imagine the irony in that. But Ubabu Dlamini unestoro, and then the next thing.
Cheers.
Oh yeah, cheers.
Wine is good for blood circulation.
Oh yes, it is.
Not too much. Even the Bible allows you, but not too much.
So you see now, there he is. And then our very own people. There's jealousy right there.
Absolutely.
And then there comes my friend. They would rather support my friend. You understand?
Yeah. Now,
oh, okay.
Let's trace the origin of that problem.
Yes.
That's a subconscious I was talking about.
Yeah.
What are you conscious about yourself? There's a problem that was created by colonialism, by apartheid.
Yeah.
And those guys were genius in destroying African people. The people that came up with teaching an African to look down, up, to hate themselves. People misunderstood Tebogo's concept. Tebogo was not being racist. He was just saying, when you look yourself in the mirror, and looking at yourself in the mirror doesn't mean literally looking at yourself in the mirror. Do you love or hate yourself? Look at simple things. Go to a retail store. Or Jananda.
Oh, yes.
Sorry, Jananda means Indian.
Oh.
Or another is Chinese.
Yeah.
And then it's your sister or brother that is serving in the till or whatever.
Yeah.
You must look how this person is going to treat you differently from these other races. When it comes to the white person, subconscious, without even thinking, this person
Smile.
hello, ma'am, how are you? And even say, have a good day, ma'am. When the moment come away, guess what happens? The face changes. Then you know what that is?
Yeah.
That person
Self-hate.
is self-hate because you are the reflection of them.
Oh, yes.
And then that automatically changes the attitude.
Yeah.
And if we don't deal with that,
and
that's what he was saying about the face of poverty.
Oh, yes.
We allow adverts. What kind of a society are we going to be raising the next generation when you still allow that kind of advertising? I'm glad he's in parliament now. These are the things that they must
must deal with.
We must address.
And eliminate radically, absolutely, because of that's what I'm talking about, the system, the education. Education is not only about what you learn in a classroom. It's about everything that you see on a daily basis. What happened? Why those pazas were taken over? Why do you believe that the so-called my friend, somebody coming from a poor country who's and poison? In fact, I still want to take up that case for those families. We must sue the state. Because if we don't sue the state for the death of those 24 children, then somebody is getting away with murder.
Of course.
It means a black child is worth nothing in this country. If Bogofe umlungu one, the outcry, no Trump will jump up and down.
Trump jump up Bob Marley uthi emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free ourselves.
Yes.
Now the issue akhuluma ngayo is what I call or the myth that is there that there's xenophobia. There's nothing like xenophobia. Black people are not xenophobic. Because if it was xenophobia, they would hate Asians, they would hate Indians, they would hate Europeans who are foreigners.
Self-hate.
Equally. It's self-hatred.
Self-hate.
Now, why self-hatred? When you see a black person succeeds, he becomes or she becomes a mirror that shows your weaknesses, your failures.
Okay.
You look at yourself as a failure based on what you see another black person. That's the closest color to you to say, I am a failure because there's a black person who's succeeding. But when you see a white person succeed, you say, no, he must be a businessman. When you see a black person succeed, you say, no, he must be involved in drugs. Driving a beautiful car, no, he can't. But a white person is successful. Now, this boils down to what the Bible says. My people perish because of lack of knowledge.
Yes.
They say there's a joke that they often say, Guti, if you want to hide anything from a black person, put it in a book.
Yep.
Because we want quick solutions.
Ne?
Microwave solutions.
Oh, yes.
Put it in, it comes out, it's gold. We don't want to struggle and use our minds. That is why I say the backbone of this industry is intellectual property. Imagine the president of this country doesn't mention anything about the sector on his SONA's speech. The Minister of Treasury, of Finance, doesn't say anything about the sector, the allocation for the sector, specifically for this sector. Okay. The Minister of Arts and Culture is absent during the State of the Nation address, is somewhere in Paris. Okay.
Oh, wow.
The Minister of Arts and Culture, when other ministers are debating the budget, he comes there and says, the president appointed me as a minister. He's still celebrating the appointment that gave him the second chance in life. Instead of debating the budget of this. Okay. That's how insignificant this sector has been taken.
And he would rather say Abahambe,
Mabahambe, which is a miss.
It's not his portfolio, but
yes, Mabahambe. I'm still coming to get him. In fact, I shouldn't even say it here because I'm gunning for him during his budget speech. That he says Mabahambe. I've asked him, are you equally saying Mabahambe even in our sector? Are you saying the artists who are coming from USA coming here to take jobs every month and they must go? Or Mabahambe only when it is Africans, not Americans and Europeans? Okay. Are you saying Mabahambe in soccer? The foreign soccer players and foreign coach. He hasn't said anything. So I'm going to ask him that question deliberately. Because this is the mindset we have. When we think of foreigners, we think of Africans. Okay. But we don't think of Chinese and what. We've got a Chinese MP in parliament.
Imagine.
By NC. We have Chinese categorized as Africans.
Madness.
In this country. You'll never see an African in China becoming a member of.
Did you know that
you can't even
from
own
BEE? they benefit from triple BE,
Of course they do.
Yes.
including white women.
Of
Yes.
course they do. They
Yes.
cried in media long ago. I think I was still in high school.
So what did I say earlier on? We have become administrators of monopoly capital. We have
Yes.
not changed much. If you
Yes.
don't change the system, you are just treating the symptoms. You're not gonna get too far,
Ne?
and the people
Yeah.
will revolt, and they are starting to revolt.
Sure. That
We
is
will
so
revolt.
sad.
Now, look at the IP that I'm saying it's the backbone.
Mm-hmm.
You know that this sector is the only sector that influences every other sector.
Of
Everything.
course.
In
course.
everything, it's there in every part of the economy.
Yeah.
You want to create a car, you must sit down and creatively design it. That's our sector.
Njalo.
You want to build a house, you must have an architectural structure of that house designed first. You want to create a brand or a designer clothing, you must design it.
Yes.
Okay, we cut across, but we are the only sector that none of the government or fears. Is it what face is no government
Sphere or
sphere?
department.
Yeah, sphere that speaks about this
Oh,
sector.
it's fear. Okay.
Yeah, no government sphere speaks about this sector. Yet this sector contributes 3% of the GDP of this country, which is equivalent to the agricultural contribution to the GDP, equally so. But agriculture is given priority.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Even in parliament scheduling, who is going to be responding to questions? Our minister is always at the tail end, and he gets away with murder because we don't even get to his session of answering questions because it is too late by the time when they get there. I've written a letter to the speaker complaining about that our sector is forever treated as, by the way, the last part, even when the political parties are having their conferences or their rallies. Now that the official part of the program is complete, now we are an afterthought. We are an unofficial part of the program. Yet they are using us to draw masses to come to their rallies. But we become non-starters.
As I feel your presence now, strength and joy are found. As I feel your peace right now, this is how I know.
Look at the CIPC, where under the Department of Trade, Industry and Competition, where intellectual property is supposed to be sitting.
Yeah.
In other countries, they have the Ministry of Intellectual Property.
Yeah.
Like specific.
Yeah.
Numbers was trying to unpack it, but I think it's said difficult in a little way because of somebody. Intellectual property is misunderstood, but it's the simplest of things. When you
Yes.
wake up in the morning, what's the first thing that you do? If you're going to brush your teeth before
Yeah.
you talk to anybody, even in your home.
Yeah.
That thing that you use is intellectual property.
Yes.
So from the moment you wake up to when you start to dress up, somebody created that. To the moment you drive to come here, it's a car, it's intellectual. So everything is intellectual property.
Yeah.
And yet we don't take it seriously here. And we also is the configuration of our ministry.
Yeah.
The way the ministries were configured. The politicians take us except for you, I know now, so you're a politician. And I'm an activist, by the way. There's a huge difference between politicians and I'm an activist who plays in the political space. So they've taken us as entertainers. And I heard you also when you were talking about the entertainment industry. No, we are the creative industry. In fact, if any skill, if all the skills will disappear, there's only one skill that will be ever needed.
Yeah.
The creative skills
creative
of
skill.
creative people. Everything you see here is intellectual property. We live, we breathe, we walk, we sleep, intellectual property. But we're not taking it seriously.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, those who exploit it,
Yeah.
look at Samro.
Even
Let's
the
come back
terms
to-
we are using,
Yes.
exploiting.
Yes, look at
It's
Samro.
wrong.
Yes, look at
Yeah.
Samro. Who exploits our intellectual property more? It's the big publishing houses. The people who have created it don't own it. We're dealing with the Copyright Amendment Bill, and then we're talking about the owners and the holders.
Yeah.
The owners are not, the holders are not the owners. but they
But the
get
law
the right-
protects the
protects
holders
them.
over the owners.
It's
Oh,
like
jeez,
it's like somebody can come into your home and kick you out, and then they rent it out, rent yakubona, and
Yeah.
they own your house, and the law protects them. It's insane.
Yo, guys.
Here's the sad part of what we call these copyright, the intellectual property rights. We speak of rights, yet the common practice is that the one who commissions it owns it. If you have money and you can commission somebody to do what he's creatively gifted to do, you own his creativity. Now, how can we talk of rights when we put rights as a privilege? Having money is a privilege. So let's not talk rights.
Yeah.
Let's talk privileges.
Yeah.
Because the one who owns our rights, it's the one who has a privilege over the resources. And this is what I was trying to say to you. People have taken advantage of our poverty, which was instilled by the system. They've taken advantage of our education, a weak education that we got, that we used to call Bantu education. It was deliberately done so that we don't become this smart. And we constantly rely on the boss and the madams to do things for us. As long as they've got money, then we are subjects. Now, we have also adapted to the system that says there is a house nigger and a field nigger. The house niggers are sitting in the cozy offices with black faces, which I call them faces of Africa.
Yeah.
You know the beauty pageant that looks at face of Africa? Yes. The beauty of an African must be an ugly person. Then internationally it is, or globally it is accepted that it is the beauty defined by Europeans, what the African beauty should be. We have those faces of Africa who are given seats of CEOs, calling themselves chairpersons of what. They don't come there in order to sort out things, to change things for better, for their own. They come to suppress. Supervisor induna, yakhumbula before 1994, we had supervisors induna.
Yeah.
Now we've got postmodern indunas.
Indunas, postmodern.
Postmodern. And postmodern cultural colonization is continuing. Currently, we talk of Mzansi golden economy. What does it mean? It means that this creative sector is a golden economy of Mzansi. That is now the new scramble. If you know what happened before, the scramble for resources, natural resources.
Yeah.
Now the new scramble is for cultural products and services. America is going to come and say, we have discovered us.
Hey.
I want to make that last point.
Okay.
Quickly. I know you're wrapping up.
Yeah.
When you apply for funding in this country,
Yeah.
you know, I work in the civil society movement, so you have to have certain things. You must have been funded before.
Hey, of course, yeah.
So there's a new way. I spoke about the system. The
Yeah.
system
Systemic
still,
exclusion.
Excludes people
Yeah.
deliberately by putting your black brothers and sisters in charge. People like you who look like you, but they will kick the ladder certainly, and they put measures in place that will exclude you deliberately from accessing that help that you are being told about that is meant for you.
The last one,
Wow.
I
Okay.
cannot depart this interview without saying this.
Okay.
The real change that we need now, urgently, it is to introduce a governing body by an act of parliament, which is what I'm pursuing now under my organization in parliament, which is a process that is called introducing a private members bill that will introduce this governing body that will serve also as an ombudsman of the sector, that will also serve as a regulator of the sector. That's what we need, something that would be accountable. Everything else will fall into place once we have that.
Yeah.
So I am pursuing for that. Even if I am taken out of parliament, that must be my legacy that I leave in parliament.
Thank you. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Oh my
Praise the
word.
Lord.
Have you been painting though?
Yes, I've
You finished
and-
long time ago.
I have.
Yes,
I've done Nyambos. This
I
one
don't
might
know.
might look much more handsome than mine because of mine. I'm actually left-handed, but
Yeah.
squensiana, so I had to
Oh.
be creative and actually use the right
by
hand.
the way,
I'm
left-handed.
I see.
No, it's okay.
I abstract.
No, but I've done a
thank
good
you.
job.
It's
nevertheless.
abstract.
Okay.
I don't know
I've
what
done a
it
great
is.
job.
What is this?
Please tell us.
oops,
Let's
oops,
start
oops.
with you, Nyambosi.
yeah.
Uh,
Show us. Take us through your painting, the meaning and everything. Why that one?
It's me.
Yeah.
It's me.
Okay.
In a very confused world.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what it says. That I'm standing in a very confused world and I must find my way out of this.
Okay. Hopefully you do find your way out of it.
Yeah, the colors, the
Yeah.
rainbow colors are there to say there is a silver lining at the end of this tunnel.
Okay.
We are heading towards
Excellent.
that.
Beautiful.
Let-
And yours?
Yeah, let me explain mine. This is South African black political parties.
Oh, okay.
Or South African leaders.
Okay.
And why I'm saying black
Oh.
political parties in particular because of this is bickering.
Yeah.
Bickering.
Chaos nje.
Chaos nje siyalwa.
Kuningi.
I I'm yet to see what's it? Freedom from Plus calling DA out, squabbling with DA. They hardly, if they do, it's once in a while.
Yeah.
But they're always working with each other and civil society. AfriForum, laba bangumsindo US bangazi bakhuluma ngani, and but they why do they, like you were talking about African Buddha music, why do they wield that so much power and yet they are the minority? It's because of asihlangene. You see, this is us,
I see.
Africans, asihlangene, arakopana. We are always at each other's throats. You know, somebody called me a sellout, one of the politicians, from moving from one political to another, which I'm not even sure about. And I said, you are sitting, you go to hell. You are sitting with a former oppressor, and you dare call me a sellout for a party that is run by a person who looks like you. Why can't you sit down as African leaders and talk amongst one another because of we want one thing, inkululeko
Yes.
yomuntu omnyama, true emancipation, because of we may be free, but politically doesn't mean much without the economy.
You
And
remember?
white
no
people
space.
have got only two political parties.
Yeah.
Freedom Front for Afrikaners, DA for
You understand?
English and whatnot.
Understand?
But black people have got how many political
many?
parties?
Yeah.
So we span, man.
Yeah, ne?
Umuntu ufuna ispan.
Everybody wants a job, yeah.
True.
And you took me to the old ad, Ebuzuguchi, are you free or are you dumb? Remember that? Okay, here's mine.
Wow.
Yes,
Mala
man,
unathi
yes,
copy la usiropanga wena.
No, Ropanga was busy.
Why la makhala?
I think you've been painting this
Ati
for the last
waila
2 weeks.
makala. What do you think it means?
Afana na la makhala la siphuma khona kwagogo.
No, akusiwa makhala kagogo. No, you know what? Akusiwa makhala kagogo. What do you think?
Well, ngibona umhlaba.
Okay.
Ngibona
A river.
yeah, so
Okay.
yeah, angithi yeah, so I see black, green and gold.
Yeah, black, green and gold. Black, green and gold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, but I promise you, Nabona. Okay, this is one of the 12 pieces, ne? So you will see the whole painting consists of 12 pieces, and they interlink with one another, and then there's a whole full picture then when combined, right? So you will find out next week on the very last episode of Sip, Paint and Vent Season 1. When you just watch the space, you will see what the whole
complete
entire
picture.
the complete picture. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Otherwise, thank you so much, gentlemen. And may I just brag? Bra Eugene flew over to Josie just for Sip, Paint and Vent. I feel so special. I'm so honored. God is good. Thank you so much. Thank
I
you so
owed
much.
that to you. After cancelling twice, I felt so bad.
Lalela mina, even him, I hound, I beg, I plead, yazin, and then I guilt trip. But I haven't guilt tripped you,
No, not
No, you
really. No,
haven't.
you've been very sweet. Yeah.
Ah, man.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. And thank you, viewers at home. I hope you learned a thing or two or three or more from this session. Thank you so much. And remember, you are loved. Cheers. Oh, no. Before I go, remember to subscribe. Ne? Subscribe and stand a chance to win your own canvas, your own whole hamper of Sip, Paint and Vent. You'll see at the end of the credits. Thank you. You are loved. Cheers. Chummy, be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to Sip, Paint and Vent on Instagram, Facebook, X, and TikTok for all the latest updates and snippets. Also, catch their full episodes on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. By engaging with us, you stand a chance to win a Sip and Paint hamper sponsored by Namakwa at the value of 350 rands. Just a heads up, terms and conditions do apply. Oh, by the way, here's a sneak peek of what I painted on today's episode. Can you guess what the full piece will look like out of the 12 part?